their families. And this is a daily news review program where we run through headlines and then we tackle the ones that caught our eye. So this morning, I just want to warmly welcome you once again to the the program this morning. My name is Fobi Bagbala, and you already know that I don't do this alone. I'm here with
Rose Yusuf Faisal, good morning. Good morning, Daily News Review family. So, I said the good morning twice because I said the first one and it felt like, I didn't say it right. Let me. Anyway, good morning. I hope you had a great weekend. It's not like my own weekend. I was stressed all through the weekend, but hey, we're here and we're definitely going to go on with all of the things that we need to do today. And this week is a new week. So, let's ginger ourselves and be pumped up for yourself because somebody come and pump you up. Nobody ginger you.
and like play, we're already in the second. No, we're rounding off the second week of April
Yep.
because today is April 13.
Mm.
Also, in that vein, tomorrow is the 12th year anniversary of the abduction of the Chibok girls.
Sugar
Whereas when I was
girls.
sending messages to the people who are going to be on the panel tomorrow,
Mm.
I was like, why am I saying anniversary of abduction? The thing, because typically you say anniversary of maybe wedding
Yeah, it would
or
seem celebratory when you say
yeah, when you
anniversary.
say that way, and I was just like, well, that we shall will say, how we say it's anniversary now. You cannot say birthday. But yeah, so join us tomorrow for a conversation on a virtual live conversation on, the Chibok girls 12 years on. We had Leah Sharibu's one in
Yeah,
February. That was 8 years on, I think, yes.
yeah.
And right now is 12 years on. And I'm sure somebody's asking, we're talking about Chibok girls. What about the ones that have been kidnapped and abducted
Yes,
recently?
I
My
see
s-
them.
my brother, my sister,
That's
that's a $1 million question because I interestingly I asked this question as well when I went for the Chibok Mothers of Chibok
mm,
documentary, and the guy was just like, "Look, we're just using this one as a landmark or so because how many people do you want to do? How many people do you want to do stories about? How many people do you want to do anniversary about? I don't know.
I think
I
it's
don't
just
know.
a way of reminding the government that come on, this thing since 12 years now,
Mm-hmm.
we are dealing with it, and up to now we see
Mm-hmm.
they deal with them.
Mm-hmm.
They what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, you find a lot of the things that we get to talk about is that okay, 12 years, oh no, how far the abductions now? 12 years gone, no, how far the insecurity now? 12 years gone, no,
Mm-hmm.
how far girl child education?
Mm-hmm.
12 years, oh, how far the safety of women and girls in Nigeria? So you see that you are bringing that one, and then you're putting it together with the present situation of the country because since that time till now, nobody say it better.
Nothing.
Nobody
Nothing.
say it better.
And it's important to note that the present administration were also pivotal in dragging the former president,
Thank you very much
Jonathan,
for that.
that where are the girls? Where are the girls? But sir,
I'm not even sure if you guys even talked about it.
you're really Bola Ahmed Tinubu, sir, yeah, okay. We're just going to run through the headlines. You're already know that we are live on YouTube at WFM 917, and you can listen to us on the go via our website www.wfm917.com. The phone lines will be open shortly, but then you can send text messages based off of the headlines that we're reading to 07000, beg your pardon, 0703 1756 537 or 08155 917 Send your messages. Would like to hear from you. Okay, let's get into it. The first headline is Punch newspaper: Military defense Borno strike as death toll rises. Rose, did you see that? So there was an airstrike. I say there was an airstrike in Borno because they said, oh, that area that they're going to go and strike where terrorists are. But then Amnesty Africa, we Amnesty Nigeria came out and say, my dear brothers and sisters, no, civilians have been killed in this airstrike. And we've also seen this happen even in the world: Iraq, Palestine, even Israel,
Mm-hmm.
Iran as well. How many people die when these things happen? And it begs the question, like Rose will always say, "So who is responsible? Why can't you just go directly to arrest them instead of killing civilians? Like terrorists go kill civilian, governments too go kill civilian in the name of airstrike. So yeah, I mean we pray their souls rest in peace, but it just begs even more questions for us. Next up on the punch, we also have still on the Borno strike. Borno Hospital issues urgent blood appeal following market extra and even markets. Anyway, that's all from the punch newspaper.
Send that much. All right. Let's head on to the Guardian newspaper. Police arrest suspects over murder of 6-year-old girl. Recovers severed head in Ibadan. Can we stop being wicked to ourselves?
Mhm,
It's bad enough that all of us are facing a collective
mhm,
form of hardship.
mhm.
So why are we being wicked to ourselves? What has this innocent 6-year-old girl done to you? A 6-year-old girl. Eh? Ah, but the Sha police are arrested. All
Mm.
right, heading on to the next one. Anambra Anti-Touting Agency cracks down on illegal revenue collectors, imposes fine. Can this anti-touting come to this side of the world? Can it come to this side of
Do you know whenever I enter bike from beggar to my house, and those guys stop the bike and they fight? Oh, well, I'm not joking. Can you- Hmm.
wait.
I
Nobody
know
buy.
that there's nothing I can really do because I'm not a bike rider, I'm just a passenger. And those bike people, they know that that's something is like a right of passage or whatever. But it's just very, very annoying because I don't you're collecting money that is not yours. Shabi, last week we were talking about how there's tax on everything. You're collecting money that is not yours. To do what?
What are you using it for?
What are you doing? Some people say that the money is going to okay, let me not see.
But
It's
it's true
going to
now.
the higher
Yes,
places.
okay. It's going to because well, MC Olumo, how did it start?
Mm.
And you find young ones who will say, "Oh, I want to become the
Oh yeah.
next
Oh yeah.
MC Olumo
Oh
and all of
yeah.
that." How did it start? So it's all of these things. The ones around my streets. In fact, was it on Monday? I was in the office here. On Thursday, I was also here.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't remember one of the days, but inside last week, I was on my way back home. Immediately I dropped from bus, trekking to my house. That was how fights wanted to start because the ones that were in the other junction got to know that there are some people midway the junction that were not stopping to collect money from these ones. And when the bike men now get to them, the bike men will refuse to give them and
Because
start their
they've paid already.
pay these ones. So
Yeah.
those ones started to but those ones they are not our people. So who are they? And then that's how those ones left and went midway, met those ones and started fighting them.
Ugh.
They pursue them.
Eh.
Like, why are you stopping our money from coming? But that same road that they're applying has been untarred for some time. In fact, for the longest that I know, that same road that these Okada men are applying, there's nothing going on in that road. If it rains, they can't pass through. So what the money gone, what are you carrying me to do? Because road, you know, repair. When December time come, you go say you dey collect money for
Yeah, but
party
they
street,
didn't tell us.
carnival.
Yeah, street carnival.
Something come. You dey say they collect money for party.
Yep.
On a very normal day, you dey collect money. Where the money they go?
Yeah.
Where the money they go exactly? All the others that are around that place. Well, do it. What they do? What do people say about it? All the government officials that stay around there. What do people do about it? Nothing. These bike men now will come in a day. The small money they will make before they will pay the bike person they collected it on hire purchase. Before they will pay that one finish, then they remove their own, and then they'll still be keeping taxes. And at every junction, there's one person to collect 200 naira. In fact, now they'll start telling you that they can't even take 100 naira, 200 naira. It's probably 500 naira.
And you see the way they fight, the vim with which they fight. You think that am I working for you? Am I doing taxi for you that you say I should be bringing money for you every week? It doesn't make any sense. And hopefully that this I don't know if this will ever die out. I don't know because when we go through the whole thing, we just realize that all these things now sponsorship from somewhere. So
Because the money will still go from down up.
it will go from down up.
It will go from down up. And you that is in the up that is collecting the money, what are you using it to do? Nothing. At the end of the day, you share it among the boys. It's like if you bring the highest money, you're the one that reward will go to. And that's how you keep climbing the hierarchy because you're the most hardworking person collecting innocent people's money. That money they're useful for you. Okay.
Anyway, moving on to this week. This one is a funny one because I was like, oh, wait till remain. Federal government orders withdrawal of passports from Nigerians who renounce citizenship.
When I said yesterday, I was like, so all the problems in this life. Like today, when I was looking for her lesson, I said, all the problems we have is people that sit down in their houses and say, nope, they're no longer Nigerians. They don't want to visit Nigeria. That's the people that you now want to go.
The bigger
How
question
do you want
should
to withdraw their
be,
passport?
what is Nigeria offering Nigerians that will make them say, I don't want to renounce my citizenship? We have people who have dual
Mm-hmm.
citizenships, and typically what happens, I think you can only do two, you can't do more than three of citizenship. So if you were born, let's say in America, and maybe you move to the UK, after a couple of years you can get UK citizenship and you have American citizenship. Typically there's no need to even renounce anyone because both passports are powerful. But if you're now in Nigeria, why no? The question is, what is Nigeria offering me? Let me give an example. When we traveled, this our travel, we
Mm-hmm.
went to Kenya. As we got to Kenya, they said, oh, Nigerian, oh, where's your yellow fever? We gave them. He said, go outside. I say, hey, my green passport has shown me shake it today, because that's literally what happened. Eventually, the guy just said, oh, he wanted to check our yellow fever something vaccination. But the question is, isn't this what Nigerians go through every time they travel? The moment they see that green passport and it says that you are Nigerian, the passport already begins to work against you. So why would I want to hold on? Take your passports. I don't need it. It's not work. It's Nigeria's passport is one of the weakest in the world. It's only useful for these West African countries, and even the West African countries. It depends on whether they really really rate us like that or not. If not, they would do you anyhow. So doesn't
This giant is no longer giant,
is no longer giant, my sister, son and aunt. Next up is Desmond Elliot's fourth term bid faces resistance. I, I really miss Emmanuel today because I wanted to ask him to say, please. I was going to ask him two questions. The first question I was going to ask him is, must a president or governor do two terms? Is it compulsory? My next question was going to be this one. So when I see you, we ask this question again. I'm serious because what do you mean? He's been in government since 2015. If you go to Surulere, I don't live in Surulere. Maybe if you live in Surulere, you can call us to tell us what Desmond Elliot has done in Surulere that has been great.
the toilet one time.
Oh,
I'm just saying, that's one thing we know. At least I don't live in Solarisu, but it was in the news.
I was so angry when I saw that thing. I said toilets.
That could actually, help with the open
Toilets. Do
defecation.
you know? So I say put 20 naira to enter.
And he plastered his face.
You know that when you go to some countries, okay, this is Rwanda and Kenya. I noticed that they still have so many greenery, so people just randomly sit down on the floor, like green grasses. Just maybe they're tired of walking, they just want breeze or whatever like that. Sometimes people just take they'll go and do picnic there. So I was saying to my husband that every time any small thing I'll say, hey Nigeria, see your mates. My husband said, but we have greenery in Lagos now. I said, I almost called my husband's name. I said, this guy. One, he said, no, now check that Ojota side. I not asked him. I said, you that I'm asking. I said, if me and you say want to go and do husband and wife picnic, will they allow us to go there?
Even if they allow you enter, how are you sure you're sitting down?
Was like, do you understand? So I came today and I was looking at the place. Nobody is there. So I didn't get gifts. Why you're saying that? When you say toilet, like why I get that example is if we're seeing that you're being innovative and creative as maybe a House of Rep member, House of Assembly member, and we're seeing the things that you're doing to help the grassroots people, or people can just go. We don't have parks in Nigeria anymore. We don't have. So when people want to take their children out, they are thinking of where they want to take them to. Sure, before,
We have parks, but now it's maybe private ones.
oh, I say we don't have park. No, I say private park.
Maybe there's one in Kejana.
Oh, we do have schools. Oh, God. So why does this man deserve a
Four.
fourth term?
So that's four. He has done like 4 times.
Yeah,
4 times.
he wants a
This
fourth
fourth
one.
one now. So 4
Yeah.
times 4. He wants to do 16 years right now.
Yes. So
And
he's
meanwhile,
done 2015 to 2019,
yeah,
2019 to 2023, 2023 to
27.
2027.
And he wants to do another 27.
So they are resisting him to say, let another person, let another person eat.
Must you enter that place and spend 20 something years?
You understand?
What is it? Is it your birthright?
Exactly.
You know, allow somebody else come and
Yeah,
try.
but it's not the first, neither is it going to be the last that's
That-
this is going to
that's my
happen.
point. Exactly. So why do we have people who will go there, sit on a Senate seat, and do close to 20
You
years?
cannot see what you are doing.
You will go do House of Rep. You will do 10 years in House of
Now
Rep.
only
Abi 15,
toilets you
20 years
do.
in House of Rep. What are you doing there?
No.
This thing, something like this happened in Kaduna before I left Kaduna. So the last elections I witnessed in Kaduna before I came here. This man, under, was it the PDP right now, if I'm not mistaken? I can't remember which party said he was, but this man had been the state's House of Representative member for that particular what's another constituency self. But he has just been there, like talk of ages kind of thinking.
Mhm.
He's been there, and then all of a sudden one young guy came up to contest, and I kid you not, for me, the whole constituency,
Voted for the young guy.
they voted for the young guy now. All everybody, those that were interested, those that were not interested, they came out to vote for that young guy. Because at the end of the day, that man, we couldn't see what he was doing.
Of course
But
not.
year in, year out, it now became as if, nobody else can.
Because nobody was contesting against him.
So it was now he now turned, because they're saying that if it's not him that will stay here, who else will stay here to do what the people to do what the
To
people
do
want?
what?
So then the people say they are this, they are that. So therefore he's the one that can match them. So because of all these nonsense things he was saying, immediately that young guy came, whether they liked him or not, everybody voted for that young guy. But unfortunately, the guy just spent 2 years and he died.
Oh.
The guy spent 2 years and he died.
But what you can get it from what you're saying is that if we all are united and we vote, we're able to vote in who we want and vote out the person that we don't want. So again, like we say,
If we come out
January is
and-
coming.
Exactly. You come out and use your PVC well, and we are watchful and we demand accountability. You see this rigging thing? It's a
In
better
no
work.
good day.
Will it work?
In no good
So
day.
it's all on us at the end of the day.
Okay, moving on to Daily Trust.
All right, on Daily Trust, NDLEA arrests 93-year-old medical doctor for drug. Yepa. What are you looking for? Yepa, 93.
I'm sure they did it because they felt like
Yeah,
they're not going to suspect a 93-year-old. You're not going to suspect it because you're respecting the person, especially in this part of the world. Oh my God, daddy, baba.
We agree first place.
He wants to
Yeah,
make money for
grandpa.
people now.
Maybe he did not know.
Maybe. Oh, do you know
It's
what?
possible.
It's possible here, you
I
know.
do not know.
And that's why I personally, I don't vouch for people, or I don't say people when you go to the airport. If somebody says, "Oh, let me hold my bag," hey,
Yeah, you said?
see, as they are telling you, just be going in the different direction because maybe not see you.
In fact, as they collect your luggage, self to even go and put it, if you're looking at how it is, even,
Yeah, so maybe not
Because-
see evil.
you just never can tell. All right, ADC fixes May 12 for inauguration of newly elected executives. Okay, I wish you the ADC all the best.
Yes, so next up we have Vanguard. Mixed reactions as federal government cuts duties on pharmaceutical products, rice, cars, and others. This is good because prices of drugs were increasing. So
So that was the thing I saw yesterday when I came across this headline, and then a lot of the comments were like, so you people think that you want to come and bobo us."
Actually, do you know what?
You think that
I mean, I was happy. I didn't even think. Honestly, I didn't merge the two together.
Yeah. So now you're telling us that cars now.
I can bring in my car.
At a particular amount that is not outrageous. You can. So that's the mixed reactions right now.
Yeah, but I thought Buhari banned importation of rice at some point.
Yeah, he did.
So now we can import rice from what we're saying. Okay. Next up, we have police arrest 5 suspects, recover bus, 450 motorcycles in Imo. Wow.
Where did they keep 450 motorcycles? What kind of compound is that? Okay. Heading on to Premium Times. Over 1,100 people kidnapped in northern Nigeria in 4 months, says Amnesty.
And that 1001 is people that they know.
It's people that they know.
I'm sure there's even lots of people that we don't know that
Yeah.
we've have not been counted for.
Kwara communities lead fight against GBV with local action. Great.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
great. I
it's
love
great.
that.
This is laudable. I'm just hoping that a lot of us will do same. Because it is not which video did I even see, Seth? Um, I think in one community like that, I can't remember when I saw this video. So the people of the community, the man was beating his wife,
Mm.
and so people of the community now came up. In fact, some women, the neighbors women, because that's not the first time, second time he's doing that, and he will come out publicly and be doing it. So the women around the houses carried cane when he was not beating the girl. They flogged this man. So he was not trying to, show power, trying to collect the canes from the women. Then his fellow man came and said, collect it. And that's how he just remained quiet. And this woman flogged him with that cane. You know, these long canes, the wooden one. That's what they used on that man.
Please,
And
if
they
you're
want that
going
woman to never come back
through
again.
physical violence in your relationship or marriage, I say relationship because I remember when I was at university, there was this girl, like, I almost just said her name. She was just like hearing her screaming. Me and my friends were walking. Why is somebody screaming? So we ran to the
Towards-
area where
yeah.
she was screaming. Her boyfriend was beating her. I'm not. She was at 100 level, like 200 level.
Ah.
No, she not be my mate too at all by anything. No, he was beating her, and then we found out that even inside his the university that we were, he used to give her his clothes to wash. They're washing clothes. Yeah,
So what was she getting inside?
I have no idea. Like, you
What's
hear
that
these
what?
things. I'm telling you.
Avengers wife, they even talk. Nobody saying Avengers girlfriend.
So do you know that? Do you know before you say a man is beating you inside marriage, you don't need beat you for inside relationship. You just did not open your mouth to say. And please, if you are in a relationship and you're going through any form of abuse, you can say that, oh, you can't understand. He loves me. He does not love you. Let me tell you, that man hates you. Because if somebody loves you, why would they lay their hands on you? Yeah, and then they will beat you finish and come back and say, you know that I didn't want to beat you, it's you. Like they will beat you finish, they'll say it's you that is the something. And if you have family members who are beating people, men, I beg, call tell them to come and meet somebody their size.
The last one we took on her lens that had to do with gender-based violence was about a woman who just gave birth through CS, I think. She got home with her mom, and then something happened, and then the man beat the lady and her mother.
Oh God.
So he beats the lady and her mother, and then the siblings of the girl came around, collected. In fact, they beat the guy up, took the girl, took her mom away, and then told him that they were going to return all of his bride price and all. And then they returned everything to him. Then they called their father that he should call the people of the guy to come and collect whatever is left of the dowry or whatever they paid. And that's how they separated them. So that one Kuku sweets me for body. See, at least they don't show that because
at least the girl even agrees say me they separate, because there's so many women who will say, oh no, they will go and report to the police or people get involved. When it now reach this thing, they say, no, not touch me.
Not touch me.
I think it's because women are, how can I explain? People love the idea of marriage and want to be Mrs. Something. So because of that, you just feel like, I will endure. I'm serious. I will endure the marriage. You get one woman where I watched this weekend on social media who was saying that if you give birth by CS, you're a lazy woman. She said when you saw it, Abby, that when she entered the family, they told her that in their family they don't used to give birth by CS. That is vaginal.
She had to quickly adjust herself.
And she was not telling other women. I see as how. Like, so that's somebody who has a warped mentality of what marriage is and thinks that is whatever she said, yeah, you have to adjust now because that's because you want to marry. Is marriage a do or die affair? I don't really blame them now because the society that we are in is one that propagates the if by 30 you're not married, it means say you not be anything.
Then the whole load of making the marriage work is on the woman.
It's on the woman.
It's you, and they'll be using a wise woman be that at home. This one, that. Can we all rest?
Man, not the wise.
You know why? It's now only with the wise they build home, they protect home, they do everything, and then you get to do whatever you want to do. Meanwhile, it takes two to tango.
It takes two to tango, my sister. Okay, moving on to the Nation newspaper, we have civilians feared killed as airstrike hits border markets. That's from the Nation newspaper. Next up, we also have Oshun 2026. APC will overcome propaganda, secure victory, says Onitiloye. We don't even know what's his name? Adeleke says he believes that he's the one that is going to win this election, but we are all looking.
Hey, it's not bad to believe in yourself now.
We are looking. We are all looking because
Believe in
PDP has
yourself.
been in charge of Ocean State for a while, and he's
Yeah.
no longer in PDP.
What's
He's
up,
gone to
Sabi?
Accord Party. So more they see now.
Oh, they see. All right, it's about 3 minutes to 8 right here on Your Women Radio, WFM 91.7. This is a daily news review. And of course, this is where we get to go through the headlines. My name is Rose, and the Fumi is also here. Unfortunately, Emmanuel is unavoidably absent. I can just imagine the tone in which because Emmanuel loves to be here. Imagine the tone that Emmanuel will say, "Oh, Fumi, I'm sorry, I can't be here." So anything that'll stop Emmanuel from being here, definitely, and something we pass on. So yeah, and we're just going through the headlines. So please feel free to send in WhatsApp messages, text messages to 070 317 or 08155 Those are the numbers to send those WhatsApp messages. Feel free to also call in on 07000 or 09155 Those are the numbers to get in touch with us this morning on the Daily News Review right here on Women Radio WFM 91.7. All right, heading on to the cable newspaper. Army naps teenage suspects linked to killing of Brigadier General in Borno. So heavy.
Nas young boy. I read when I read the
So
article, I say,
heavy.
hey, like the guy said, the teenager said, oh yes, now them do this one, now them do this one. Yeah, I see it all.
Chance I open eye. All right, still on the cable. Supreme Court to hear David Mark led APC appeal against Nafiu Bala on Tuesday.
Okay, well, moving on to the Daily Post, we have fire ravages residential building in Ibadan. Oh dear, hope no lives were lost.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Kano ADC allocates 60% of leadership positions to Kwankwaso block.
That's possible. We'll see where all of this thing will end.
Did you even hear that some people have been, some APC have been resigning in Enugu?
APC.
APC, and they're going to other parties. But the APC is denying it, but we don't see them.
Anyway, last, it's the political time right now. We're in
Yeah.
that space as it is, and we're getting deeper into it. So a lot of cross carpeting, a lot of talk here and there. We'll just be hearing it. In fact, if not that you mentioned Accord Save, I don't even forget a party like Accord.
I heard it.
The other day I was talking about Abga to my husband, and I was like, because there was one time that he was into Abga before we got married. Abga this, Abga that. So I was like, is Abga still in existence? That the guy he's.
Just imagine, like you thought that this was going to be the party to bring change, and then they just done anyhow. I can just imagine.
In fact, he stood up and left. Like I touched the nerve.
Hey, I'm sorry, sir.
Because that time you don't let me hear what Africa this Africa this Africa. What happened? Oh my goodness. I laughed yesterday.
Oh dear.
Anyway, we get to see a lot of all of this.
Oh yeah. We were here to catch all the laughter and all the
Okay.
fun.
Well, we shall use our PVC. Where the time come.
Yes, absolutely.
So on the trip, okay. On the
Tribune,
Tribune,
yeah.
Nigeria's power generation has increased in 2 weeks, says Adelabu.
We are going to talk about it. Wait, leave it. Jump a pass. I can't. Rose jump a pass. That's our first headline.
The next one. Be ready to accept the will of ocean people on August 15. Adeleke Camp tells Oyetola Oyebamichi. Wish you all the best though.
Yeah, and lastly, in the pen pushing newspaper, we have Nigerian doctor Ivorian arrested over cocaine trafficking. Lastly, we have Air Peace flights face delays and fuel scarcity. What then again? Why? Why is there full scarcity there? I don't understand though.
Anyway,
Okay, what are we gonna do? Now, anyway, all the best to everybody involved. Those are the headlines this morning. You want to do well to get you a copy. Better still stick around with us as we tackle the headlines for this morning. We are live on YouTube at WFM917.com. You can listen to us on the go by our website, www.wfm917.com. The phone lines are now open, so you can call us. I know that you're itching to call us. 07000 09155917917. And then we have our toll free number 0800 You can keep calling, you can keep sending your messages. I can see some messages 0703 or 08155 The time right about now is 3 minutes past 8 this morning. This is the Daily News Review on Women Radio 91.7 FM. Rose is here. Me, I'm here too for me. And yeah, let's just get into it. Okay, first of all, we're going to be talking about lights because I'm not getting lighter. And funny enough, last week it felt like, oh, they had changed because we had a bit of light. By this weekend, by Friday, beg your pardon, was it Thursday? Friday, everything just changed. So they only gave us enjoyment for 2 weeks. So this question came from Nigerians to Adilabo. They say, where is the light? From the Vanguard newspaper. Nigerians knock Adilabo as 2 weeks promise
yeah.
on electricity fails.
Mm.
So 2 weeks after the Minister of Power, Mr. Adebayo Adelabu, assured citizens of imminent relief from persistent outages, a cross-country check suggests that for many households and businesses, the reality has barely changed. This came as recent announcement by the president of where the approval of the 3.3 trillion that we're still looking at. Like, So while some experts believe the statement in its entirety, another question is authenticity, describing it as a recurring narrative that has become a trend. So Adelabu had told us on the 24th of March that, he apologized, but he said that we're going to see light in 2 weeks. At least that was the first apology we had seen in a long time. And I remember saying, at least he apologized, but we're seeing worsening situations. For instance, in Lagos, please call us, tell us if you have light, actually. Again, the numbers to
I can
call.
remember just before you call your numbers. I can remember. I think Evangelist Dixon who called and said, "Oh, he has lights.
Yes.
The lights have been good."
Yes.
I'm like, okay, maybe I will just look for one, cable, maybe connect to your your side and make it sense because it's not being funny. So
No.
maybe to an extent, light has improved in some places,
Mhm.
and in some other places, it's not just improving at all. But however, do want to call us and let us know what your thoughts are about the 2 weeks, and because the whole thing just sounds like a usual Nigerian politician statement.
Mhm.
That's just what it sounded.
Just like he apologized
It
with
just
this
like had
one.
apologies at
Yeah.
the
Yeah. Yeah.
It just sounded like that because at the end of the day, that's what everybody will come back and tell. I mean, before this government came on board, when they were doing, all of their talk, what did he say?
You see how
I
it's
did not give you electricity in this thing. You should.
so why can't he just go? He has not given us the electricity, he should go.
Here we are, and he's looking for second term.
Huh.
So I mean, you have come out to say we should give you, a couple of weeks. Lights will come, lights will be
But we
stable.
haven't seen it.
No, it's like, mhm.
Because I think it's even beyond this 3.3 trillion naira. Is that what are the systems you've put in place to make sure that Nigerians have light? Have you gone to the dam? Maybe have you thought about adding more power, so people can have lights? No. So call us, tell us if you have light. We want to know if you have light. 07000
Yeah.
917 and our toll free line 0800 You can also send us messages on 08155 or 703 So we have some people who say they don't have lights. In Utako, a district in Abuja, residents described a pattern of prolonged outages and brief inconsistent supply. I've actually been seeing quite a few people say that the appliances are getting spoiled
Mm-hmm.
because when there's lights, it will go, it will come, it will go. So, and that's not great
No.
for appliances. So the people have actually, been complaining. Even in Imo, Anambra, different states, people have been complaining. In Delta, though,
Of course
like
now.
everybody, it
Hey,
don't touch
imagine you have a small
everybody.
business for me and you
You are
depend
selling frozen food,
are selling
chicken.
frozen food.
Yeah, money don't
How
waste
far?
though. Jesus.
How far? Because at the end of the day, the light is supposed to help balance. How much, and that's where it gets really hard for people. Because if I'm selling frozen food and I have to go and buy fuel
Yeah,
to put in my
I'm
gen,
going to add money for my chicken.
any fish you buy, I'll
Mhm.
add my
Mhm.
own percentage inside because the money for the fuel has to come out.
Yes.
And if I'm somebody that likes fish, I will definitely go and buy it.
Mhm.
And then I'll buy it and be complaining and be cursing up and down.
Mhm.
But I'll still buy it
Mhm.
because that's what I want to eat.
Mhm.
At the end of the day, now we go tell ourselves, say, why you they work? Why you know if you enjoy your money? Chop what you
Mhm.
want chop. But the chop what you want chop, when they choke you because lights no day somewhere. New businesses that want to get up. Now, for people who sell drinks, if your drink is not cold, how does that even
You're not
move?
gonna make money. Oh.
Pure water, uncle, as little as pure water, it has to be cold before somebody will even before it to appeal to anybody to want to buy. So that means for my pure water to get cold, I need to go and find ice block.
Yes.
Before I find ice block, the person that's doing the ice block will go and buy fuel to use for the ice block.
Yes.
And that's why everybody go tell you say fuel don't increase.
Yes.
Every person they say vegetable go tell you say fuel don't increase.
Yes.
Because that vegetable now is probably coming from somewhere that they had to transport. If she doesn't have it at the back of her farm or she doesn't have it on her farm, she has to go and buy it from people that are transporting it down. And how much are they buying it at? So it's everything. So if the electricity was at least working, you will not have to depend on buying fuel or buying gas to fit into your own little petty business. Because that's just it. No matter how we want to look at it, the electricity that we get is far more better than every other, alternative source of power. That's why they even call it
Absolutely.
alternative source of
Yes.
power.
Yes.
So whether you
In
go
terms
solar,
of voltage, in terms of everything.
everything,
Yeah.
whether you call solar, whether you call inverter, whatever it is, this electricity that we have is still way more better. But can we have it? This is 2026.
Yeah. Oh, we have a call. Hello, good morning. Ooh, so sorry, Mrs. Obili. Please do want to call us again. 07917917917 or 9155917 and our toll free line 0800 Mrs. Obili, please do want to call us again. I was about to pick the call when it went off. I don't know if it was network. Yeah, so do want to call us, tell us if you have light. Let's take these messages. This one from Olushoga Ajayi. He says, the problem is that the tweets being arrogated to the INEC chairman, the DSS ought to have found them years ago before anyone else and investigate it during his screening. Okay. Hello, good morning, Mrs. Oboli. Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. Hi, Rose. Good morning.
Good morning, Mrs. Oboli. How's the weekend?
Fine, fine, fine. Go ahead, Mrs. Oboli.
I woke up in I woke up next. So let's talk about like so now. Okay? You go to say the mission for mention to feel like because say it's never been picked. 8 times now. Before I can try this one, let me call him again. Thank you, Antonio. You think it brings to your ends from the NCC something, you understand what I'm saying? Yes, talking about it, I give them to the promise to do that. I don't many businesses are packing up because of this light issue, and it's really crazy. Small business, keep water, you know, Zoom, soda drinks, and everything. How do you want them to thrive? How do you want them to do presently? They're back up now. And they say there's like, see, I'm even wondering who campaign this in this forthcoming because we don't just to that question. That's what I mean, if we should for him. So somebody like Mr. Adelabu is campaigning and something it's not bad to say he has the minister and everything. So I beg. It's trying to start ranting on Monday. And we said something during before the news. He said somebody spoke about vaginal birth and CS. See, you know something, but it is ridiculous, totally ridiculous to come on because you want to trend or gather an impression to come and read because you take it. So we are born 2 years too. Then the other one is with you. I think they are being used. You don't just come into the open space because you don't know how people are differently wired. Sometimes when women they enable just look at the post and just scroll and move on. Try to tell the other woman. Maybe she explain one. Yeah, that was one of my issues. At the labor, 2 days, like explain one. We need to tell that one leave. Maybe became that, maybe just my picking won't use hand come outside. That really my head to suppose use. But that use hand come outside, I will say that movie.
She has not woken
She's
up.
tired.
Honestly.
She's
It's
tired.
just a lot though, because I was still saying it here last week that can we just get one part of our economy or sector that is just working that people can depend on? Because it's not, I don't think it's fair on an average Nigerian.
Mhm.
If you're not facing insecurity, is hunger that is slapping you one side. If you're not facing that one, is probably you not being able to access healthcare. If you're not facing that one, is you probably not able to access good education or something. It's just one thing or the other. Can we just have something? Because I remember when I was when I was in the university. So was it university or before I got into the university set? No. It was after I finished, after service. So I mean my relationship was not working, job was not coming forth. Everything was just going upside down. I was just going south. I just said, God, please, at least let just one work. At least let me even have peace of mind in one. If the work will not come now, at least give me one relationship that will even, stabilize my emotional mind. If that one's not working, give me something that will take my mind off it now.
I mean, I get you. No.
I'm just sometimes when I think of Nigeria, I'm just like, come God, please, can you just pity us? Even if it's insecurity, just take it away from us.
Yeah.
Let us even know that we have our lives.
Yeah.
Let us even know that people who are, in the nooks and crannies of different parts of Nigeria can actually go to the farm, do this thing, transport this food for us so that we can even see to eat at a cheaper price.
Yeah.
Because now, them that can't go to the markets, to do maybe, okay, let's say one part of Kaduna that is used to giving us yams, and now insecurity has displaced them. So it's now left to Abuja and Niger to give us yam. So you see that the supply of yam is now small, it has reduced. And then before you transport it down here now, everything has increased times two.
Yeah.
So but if every other place is doing yam, is doing cassava, is doing potato, the prices go down because it's more like if they don't buy for this side, they go buy for this side. But how? Everything just I don't know.
Anyway, so this message from Olushagada, I don't know if you saw it. They say that there's a particular tweet handle on Twitter that they found out that it might be the current INEC chairman who was tweeting those tweets, and he was partisan to the
was it the one that was it Bashir Ahmed also went to Grok and was telling Grok that please find out when this account was?
I think it was that one, yeah. So they think it is the current INEC chairman, and they said he's pro Tinubu, so they're calling for him to resign and step down. One thing. Anyway, next up we have Anderson. It's been a while. Hope you're well. Hope you're good.
Good to hear from
He
you.
says, "Good morning, Rose and Co. It's one thing to say congratulations to the federal government for naming those sponsoring terrorism in our country, Nigeria. But it's one thing for the judges to sentence those satanic souls who abetted this crime to some minimal years of imprisonment instead of giving them imprisonment they deserve. It's the same government after arrest that will rehabilitate them and give them name as repentant terrorists. Also, the same government will integrate them into our Nigerian army and will turn around by giving information to their former colleagues in the field who is fooling who. So he says, so who is fooling who? Thanks so much, Anderson, for your message. I mean, every question he has asked.
I saw that list, and when I saw it, a lot of questions came to my mind,
Mm.
and I'm like, these names,
Are they real names?
of course, they are the names that human beings bear, but
That's what I mean. Are there actual human beings behind the names on that
exactly.
list?
So when I saw the list, a lot of questions came to mind. I was just telling myself that, okay, so I think giving us this list now to so that it would douse down the talk of
Down down because
bring it down,
killings are
yeah,
still
all
happening.
of that,
Abductions
and
are still
that's it. So
happening.
this group of people now, and the names that we also, there is no, so all the people that will come out and say, oh, I know some people in government who are sponsoring this. Why are we not seeing some of their names there?
Mm.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So why are we not seeing these names? Because all of these people that you mentioned are probably, people who are in the market, or people who are
Or people that have
doing,
died.
or people who are just doing their everyday lives, but they are connected to, the insurgents in one way or the other, or maybe family members, or maybe names of people that they want caught or something. So it could just be anything
It
at
could
all.
be.
It could be anything at
Yeah.
all. And can we not see this list just end here? Let us see the people.
Ye-
Let
So,
us see the
and
list.
that's
Let
what
us
I'm
see-
saying. Like, it's not about the list. Is let me see human beings, line them up or something, and let's see. But okay, next up we have, thank you so much, Anderson, for your message. Next up we have additional Wasu says, good morning to you in the studio. On the air strike in Borno State that killed many civilians, according to reports, it needs to be looked into because whenever the military wants to tackle these crimes, there will be report of civilian casualty. I think something is wrong somewhere. And on Iran and US talk, it's clear now that President Trump is not a reliable leader. Are we just knowing? He talks with both of his mouth. He says one thing today and another tomorrow. Now that no vessel will pass through the Strait of Hormuz in in Iran, President Trump continues his destruction of world economy, and President Trump and his counterparts in Israel are culpable in this war. They have succeeded in killing many innocent people in the Middle East, and God will reward them according to their actions. Thank you so much for your message, additional. So yesterday I was with one of my aunties, and she's very, very American. To her, we're just talking randomly, and then she goes, "Oh, President Trump." So I said, hold on, auntie. Is his wife not an immigrant? And she was like, what did she say? She said, no, keep it moving, keep it moving. I said, no, auntie, let's go back, let's go back. So she was not telling me that President Trump's first wife used to be an immigrant as well, was an immigrant because his daughter's name, the one that we know, is Ivanka Trump. So she's half of, how do you call it? She's an immigrant's daughter, basically. This it's now Melania is also an immigrant, and she got the visa that she got to become an American. They call it Einstein visa. So my auntie asked me and said, "Do you think that person is a genius?" And then she also got her parents' American visas through it. So she was saying that children who are like 1 year old who have parents who are not American, something like that. I was like, I'm sorry, what? So how is it that you are fighting immigrants? You're saying you're sending ICE everywhere to send deport people, deport people. He's going as far back as 40 years, right? To see, but then inside your family is the color of migration. It's Israel Iran war that that you are spearheading. What's the point of it? Okay, Iran had nuclear weapon. Did they use it for anybody? Because everybody's trying to become the next world power. So because America has been world power for a very long time. So it used to be Russia, no, USSR that year. So everyone's trying to position themselves to be the next world power. China, Korea at some point, Russia, Germany at some point too. So anyway, last message we have this.
You know,
one.
yesterday, just before you head on, yesterday, no, on Saturday, I was talking with my dad, and he was telling me that, so we're discussing about the Iran one, all of that, and he got to a point. He was like, that Trump, that President Trump, let's not allow pride to finish him, because that guy, it took get pride.
You know, you still get like 2 years.
It to get pride.
It gets
Because at we're at a point now where Iran is saying that America, whatever you have, bring it on. We're ready for you.
yeah.
And we're not going to open that Strait
Yeah.
anymore. So, whatever you have, bring it on. And let's not forget that when President Trump newly entered, first, now China he starts with. He do head to head with China. Oh, we'll impose this one. We'll not do this one. We'll not do that one. And China was like, just bring it on. Just bring it on. If you kill this side, we'll do this side. If you do this side, so now at the back, you have made an enemy with China.
Yes.
And then this is Iran you're making an enemy with.
Yes.
You have made an enemy with. How are you not sure that it is China that is giving Iran what is using to
Who knows?
to be hitting you people?
Because remember that the Iranian, those girls who went to play, was it football, the athletes,
Yeah.
that Australia gave them asylum and they rejected the asylum. There's something. Because if you give me asylum,
Don't say it loud. Don't say it loud.
okay. Good morning, ladies. Mrs. Police text says the text again. She said, "Trust you both are doing amazing. Our leaders have said we have resilience, but they tend to forget the fact that there's a limit to human endurance. They should stop testing the masses' resolve because everything has elasticity, limit, and expiry date. He who has an ear, let him hear and feel what the Nigerian masses are passing through. Wishing you both love and light, Mr. Bobby. Thank you so much, Mr. Bobby. Did you see what the president said last week about fuel? He said fuel is biting hard.
It's not the one you want to do by yourself. I even put it as
Is
some things that we'll talk about on Halens.
He said fuel is biting hard. Okay, sir, and
But he said, but we should thank God that we're not, as like Kenya and
has it been to Kenya?
what are you saying?
Do you know how much Kenya's money is 129 shillings to $1?
120.
Kid you not, shillings to $1.
120.
Yes. So when he says we're not, like, thank God we're not, as the question you should be asking yourself is, what's going on in Kenya that's not going on in Nigeria? Kenya, one of the reasons that Kenya has money and the economy is good, their tourism industry is top notch.
Yeah.
Top notch. They have other things that they do as well. Wait till we get. I said our tour guide was like you guys are falling on my hand.
And this is not
You say you're not
saying, and then they'll come out and say we're demarketing Nigeria. How are we demarketing? Have you given us anything to
you
market?
need to compare us. So Kenya has a lot of similarities to Nigeria in terms of structure and stuff, but in terms of economy, we know smelled 129. When he said it, I was like, wait, what? I can't they do calculation? They do the calculation. I said no. Because Rwanda's money is similar to our own. But even with that one, that Rwanda, so that's the thing. The countries you're saying that we should compare ourselves to. I mean, because Nigerians don't know. Me too now. If say I no travel, I'm not gonna know. But then I think that for even what I've even told myself is anytime anybody does any comparison, I'll go and Google the country.
Yeah.
Let me see what's obtainable in that country. What's their GDP? What's their cost of living? Let's see.
That's true.
And the food is cheap. That disturbing us in Nigeria. If our food was cheap and we had lights,
I'm telling you.
because the reason why we are suffering this suffer is because our fuel, we use and power everything. So if there was food, if food was cheap, because once there's any economic shaking like this, now food they suffer and first. So now, actually, I remember when I used to buy chicken, a kilo of chicken for 700 naira. No, half kilo was 350. Yes. I remember when a bag of rice was 9,000 naira. I remember when we used to buy, when I now got married, we used to buy a what do you call it, a carton of chicken for 11K. You cannot even buy half carton of chicken now for 11K. During Buhari's one, let's not even go far. I remember when I used to buy a kilo of meat for 2.7. Me and my neighbor, now she showed me the way. We'll go to abattoir in Agege. 270. You know how much a kilo of meat is now? 9K for the same size. So
And let's not forget that even the other countries that we're talking about, Seth, they could have plenty alternative power
They-
what
they get
power supply.
lights. They
So
get
if they are not
lights.
using, or let's say no, not power, they get plenty alternative to fuel.
Yeah,
They get. So if they're not using electric cars,
electric cars.
they're probably using gas.
Yeah.
They're probably using
Oh yeah.
other things.
Oh yeah.
Solar or kiniko.
Oh
All
yeah.
of these things are there, and these things are things that the government has probably pumped money
Yeah,
into.
and subsidized for
Yeah,
them.
so it's not like I have to go and provide for myself. I have to go and provide for myself.
Mm.
No, these things are there. The government provided
That's how you know a government that
subsidized-
cares about its citizens.
subsidized rates. But this one, you know, give me petrol. You the time you say make I go find alternative. I go find alternative, and the alternative is killing me.
I don't care. Time don't go. Time don't go. Like food is so expensive. I I made fried rice over the weekend, and there was chicken. Like maybe 8 pieces of chicken or 9. My children came and said, "Mommy, can I have one?" I said, I said, you will not eat it. I said, if you eat this one, you will not eat it with your food. She was like, "Mommy," and the thing is, the girl just wants to have chicken.
And then you look at chicken, like it's not the same chicken.
The same chicken.
This small,
Do you know if you
common
buy
chicken.
a kilo of chicken now? I get fear to buy food now, but like there's no food in my house. But I'm so afraid because if you buy a kilo of chicken, you can count it on your hand how many. Before I remember when the kilo of chicken will give you a sizable
Mhm.
amount, you can make a good pot of stew that can maybe last you 2 days. Therefore, now once you buy that chicken, is that day because by the time you count the amount of people in your house, it don't fit me, my husband, my sister, my living 2 children. That's listen to this 7, and a kilo of chicken will give you like 8 pieces. And then you tell them that it's cut it well, oh. We're not doing this thing, oh, and even like, cause even if they cut it too small, now bone you go chop. See, anyway, Nigeria will be better. That's all we can. That's all I got. That's all I got today. Nigeria will be better. Anyway, catch you same time, same station next tomorrow. Next week for another edition of the Daily News Review. Please, please, please get your voters card. You are tired of how Nigeria. If you're not tired, that's okay. Oh. But remember that there's 4 years. You feel die, your children go die. Let's not be that your children will be cursing you to say my mother voted. I've seen people that are fighting their family members now for voting for this party. So let's know what we're doing. If you feel like they're doing well, that's okay. But if you feel like they're not doing well, please let us go en masse in January 2027 to vote who you want. Not to say anybody even better person, anybody, but us.
But let's just probably go for the lesser evil.
Let's go for the lesser evil. Okay. All right. Rose,
Yeah.
it's been a great day today. Thank you. I see me and you now, host and analyst. What are you talking about? Okay, catch us tomorrow again for another edition of the Daily News Review. 9 o'clock is the news. 9